I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. It's overripe burst tomato lady. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. We often get a good chortle out of the terrible fashion choices of this one's wife. After all, she's provided us with such meaningful and memorable outfits as Kermit Goes to Church, One of Our Jowers is Missing, Tent by Army Surplus, Zebra Crossing by Grift. She has provided us with the amusement of Hyacinth Bouquet's settee cover and Teacup by Royal Dalton, Pooh Emoji Hat, the Pit Stains of Doom. There has also been the horror that was the burst overripe tomato dress that she first wore back in 2021 when she attended the Freedom Gala, where she attended the event, the military event on the eve of Veterans Day. The dress at the time was roundly panned as ill-fitting, that it caused her to look like she was an overripe tomato that had burst. The fact is, it didn't fit her around the bust. It showed off her two large shoulders. There was back fat on display. And whilst, of course, some people would say it's unfair to criticise somebody for their appearance, the fact is that as a somatic narcissist who believes that she is beautiful and gorgeous and irresistible, it is fair game to point out how her attempt to look stunning and attractive roundly failed. The dress was a Caroline Herrera gown. And interestingly, nearly 3 years later, it's got an airing again, as this one's wife has been flying solo. As reported by Melissa Koenig for the Daily Mail, the Duchess of Sussex caught all eyes as she made a glamorous appearance re-wearing a revealing red Carolina Herrera gown to the LA Children's Hospital Gala. Oh yes. This one's wife previously wore the stunning gown at a 2021 gala in New York City to celebrate the military on the eve of Veterans Day in the US and Armistice Day in the United Kingdom. She was seen on Saturday greeting young fans as she prepared for a star-studded night featuring a performance by Demi Lovato and appearances by presenters Jamie Lee Curtis and Colin Hanks. The Duchess went to the event at LA Live's event deck in downtown Los Angeles as her husband, Prince Harry, spent the night of his 40th birthday hiking with some friends. Sources close to the couple said the Duchess booked the hiking trip for Harry and his pals. Well, that may be the case. Yet it comes after the couple made a series of separate plans, including Harry's solo trips to London and Lesotho in recent weeks. The Duke has appeared at 10 solo engagements in the last 15 days without his wife, as he has embarked on a quasi-royal tour across 3 countries, including New York, London and Lesotho. It has also been reported that this one's wife bailed out on a charity event she was set to attend with Prince Harry because she was sick. And when Prince Harry was goofing around with chat show host Jimmy Fallon in New York, film star George Clooney, a guest at his wedding in 2018, was hosting a humanitarian awards ceremony in the Big Apple, and Harry was noticeably absent. But this one's wife has turned up wearing this dress, and it has to be said that again, it really doesn't fit her and do her any favours. And once again, her insistence on wearing this dress and thinking that she looks fantastic in it is demonstrative of the somatic narcissism that she has, whereby she truly believes that what she wears makes her look gorgeous. She does not, as I've explained to you before, put this on and go, oh dear, I look like an overripe burst tomato lady. Hey ho, I'll still wear it anyway. She puts it on and thinks, it really suits me. I look stunning. I look delicious. All the men will want to knock my hip out. All the women will be envious. They want to look like me. I think it's also noteworthy, and I'll be interested to hear your observations in this regard, that I think facially she looks different. It looks to me as if there's been a bit of Botox being going on, some tightening of the old face as well, that she seems quite expressionless with regard to lines, etc. Do you think the same? She certainly looks different in the photographs to me, and of course, it would be entirely understandable that a somatic narcissist would engage in having such cosmetic surgery and enhancements done as part of wanting to look more attractive. This one's wife, of course, has turned up at the event without Prince Harry, and it's an opportunity for her to manage her facade by claiming to care. It appears that she has no connection at all with the Children's Hospital, so one wonders why she's involved. The pictures show her with a number of people on the green carpet, I think as it was called. She was seen entering with model pal Kelly McKee-Zaffen, who I understand one of her children was treated at the hospital. So that makes sense why she was there. And might it be that this one's wife has somehow piggybacked Kelly McKee-Zaffen's invitation? Because one can understand why she would be there, because she'd want to support the hospital, and if a child has been treated at that hospital, it would make sense that she would want to offer her support and would be invited to the event. But why would you have this one's wife there? She has no connection to the hospital. It might be the case that given the fact that Harry is elsewhere, this one's wife sees as an opportunity for her to look good, and she has elbowed her way in with her classic sense of entitlement to suggest that she ought to attend. The fact is, in the course of it, she was seen dealing with a child, talking about the fact that it wasn't a bit late, that beyond the child's bedtime. But as you know, that because this woman is a narcissist, this appearance was all about ensuring that she was seen, all about managing that facade, all about giving the dress another run out. She didn't look good in it the first time, and she doesn't look good in it again. She simply doesn't have the figure for it, and it really doesn't suit her. But she doesn't see it that way. She regards it as something that she would want to wear, and that she regards it as something that makes her look stunning because her narcissism tells her that. What I think is interesting as well is that she's going to an event which is about a children's hospital, and that means that children are going to be there. And what she's wearing isn't that appropriate, one would suggest, in terms of the long split in the dress showing off her legs. And although she doesn't really have any cleavage as a consequence of what would probably be the use of Ozempic, the plunging nature of the neckline is also not something that's entirely appropriate. But of course, this one's wife doesn't give a fig about the kids. The kids are just there as a device to make her look good. They're a device by which she would utilize them as essentially pieces on the board to make her look like she cares as part of the management of the facade. But it is interesting that she recycles this dress, and she does so because she thinks she looks really good in it. But I think that most people would form the view that she doesn't. It doesn't suit her, and it wasn't appropriate for the occasion. And once again, you see that there is an instance whereby this one's wife has to turn up at something through which she has no actual association, something that actually isn't involved with her and her not involved with it. But she has to do so because the options that are available for her are becoming fewer and fewer as more and more people recognize that she is an individual that you would not want to be associated with. Thus, once again, we see her narcissism in full effect as she turns up like overripe burst tomato lady, wearing a dress that was roundly ridiculed for the first time, seeking, of course, to assert control over individuals as a consequence of this attendance, managing her facade, trying to maintain that she is somebody that is associated with acts of kindness and so forth. What do you think about the appearance? What do you think also about what she was wearing? And do you think that she has had some further cosmetic surgery undertaken, which has resulted in her looking somewhat different? Do you see more of her somatic narcissism in effect? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.